WMDX 92.7 FM, 1580 AM. Broadcasting from State Street, Madison, Wisconsin, and a good morning to everybody. It's been a fantastic couple of days here. I'm just stunned. You know, I haven't seen a mosquito. Everybody talked about mosquito season, how horrible it is. Yeah, I know. I have a woods right behind my house.
Yes.
I haven't seen mosquitoes at all. Haven't been bothered.
Kidding.
Yeah.
I was nearly killed in my woods just yesterday.
What?
I was chased
by mosquitoes.
Yes, I was chased out. It was. I broke into a run to get out. After a while.
Okay, let me just adjust that. Okay, I mean, if you want to
woods.
disturb them in the woods, then fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
But your back deck was fine.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Well, happy Friday,
Good morning,
everybody.
Gordy.
Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, John Peterson. Hi, Sam Davison. We're all here. One big happy family.
After last night, don't do that. Don't be chirping around at us.
We were at the Madison night market last night. Boy, this thing just gets bigger and better every month. I can't believe it. You know, every time I think, well, this could never be better, and then we do it again, and it's even better.
So
it's just
many people.
Yeah.
In a great way. Not overcrowded like Chicago.
There's
when you go to events in Chicago, you couldn't. You're shoulder to shoulder. This is still populated. It's just right.
Yeah. It really is. We met a lot of new friends and saw a few old friends, really old. Some people. You ran into somebody you hadn't seen in 30 years, 20 years, 30 years?
You have been listening to Madison radio for any amount of years. You must know Blake Patton. Blake Patton was on JJO, and I didn't realize he retired 14 years ago, but I wept when I saw him. It's been so long. Because I used to work on JJO.
You remembered all the
left
bad
the radio
times.
about the times we did.
Oh, no, he's the sweetest man. As a matter of fact, the weirdest part, can I just tell this really quick?
Sure.
I was, he was my idol because he's such a good DJ. Yeah. And he was music director too. And I walked into his studio and I said, I had this, or actually he was at this desk. Who cares? I said to him, I have this idea to talk about how cold it is at night. I love it so cold that when I roll over, I have to roll back a little bit to seal it up, right? Yeah. To seal it up. And it was just, he said, that's a great observation. Use that. And I said to him, I've tagged you now. Every winter when I get the blankets out and I start roll, I said, I think of Blake Patton. He goes, and I couldn't remember what it was specifically. And he said, no, it was when you roll over it. I said, you remember too?
Wow.
This is 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And he remembered it too.
Yeah.
His wife was there, Mary. They're just such a lovely couple. Oh my gosh, I made me weep.
Well, those are the kind of things that happen, at these kind of events and in radio.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah. And we had a musician, very close to the show. He was out there as well.
Oh,
Art Paul Schlosser.
Yeah.
Art Paul was there.
Yeah, he was, setting up here and there.
We've invited him on again. He's got some new songs. No kidding. Really? Does he?
He's still writing.
He's got a new song every 15 minutes.
He cranks them out. And you had your family-in-law there?
Yeah.
Family-in-law.
My sister's brother was in town from Wyoming.
Yeah.
He let me shoot his AR-15 out in the middle of nowhere, out in Wyoming.
No.
It's easy to do. Yeah, no one cares.
He has an AR-15.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he was in the military.
Oh,
but he hates guns. He wants regulations. He wants to take these AR-15s off the market. As a smart guy.
Welcome to Tim Walt's land.
Yeah.
Rethinking gun violence.
Exactly. Even though you pushed it, even though you love him.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Hey, let's get into the weather for this morning. It looks beautiful again this morning, and another nice day and a nice weekend ahead. Right now we're at 55 degrees with mainly clear skies. Let's get out the weather lottery ball machine thing, whatever we call it this week. There go the balls.
We really have never called that
never
machine
really refined. We got to workshop on. First number is 6. 6?
6?
What? Second number is 9. Just 69
we gotta fix that.
for a high today.
Is
that right?
That explains my outfit today. I have gone fall.
Yeah,
I've
you
given it
have.
up.
You
I'm
came
all
in with a
brown.
fall sweater.
A great big heavy sweater.
I'm done. I'm ready. Okay. I know it's going to be 80 again, but today it's fall.
69 for a high today. And we'll check in with Brittany Merlot, our civic meteorologist, a little bit later on
that's
today.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're very pleasant this morning.
No, I'm just tired.
No fight.
Everything's in slow motion. I was fun. Actually, early this morning, I got up extra early. I don't know why, but I'm listening to an old John and Gordy tape from
MAD.
1907 or sometime. And we sound so upbeat and chipper, man. It's just you're like, oh my God, this tape is playing too fast. But I think it might be a little fast. But it was from we were doing some bits, a lot of bits, but it was also a rock station. So you're doing all these intros to the music and stuff.
Is this when you were on MAD? Or,
Yes.
Not Triple M? Yeah.
No, it was MAD. There was some funny stuff, and I'm going to pull some of that stuff out and play
We've got an idea that we're going to actually do on this program.
Yeah.
You're actually going to
based
follow
on
through?
the old stuff.
We're actually going to do this.
Okay.
And we also did a bit where we were imitating J.D. Barber and
and Ralphie Boy,
who they were big on Z104 for a long time.
They were huge.
And so we did our rendition of them, which was pretty funny. But
Welcome to Madison, small world.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep.
Yeah. My sister updated me. She sent me an article.
Yeah.
Norfolk, Virginia is indeed among, if not the worst affected by climate
Well, we
change.
talked to your sister yesterday, and she was in a panic. She was in the basement, bailing her home out.
Got the sump pump going.
Don't say that because she's trying to sell that thing now.
Oops.
Okay.
No, because her son moved to the West Coast, so she's put her home on the market for the first time in 35 years.
Wow.
She's
It's
going
hard
to
to
get out of
do.
that house.
It's
Yeah,
hard to do.
It is. And Tropical Storm Debbie is unleashing a week-long deluge, and they indeed said I think it was the New York Times, the fastest rate of sea level rise in the U.S. is happening in the southeast. Norfolk, Virginia has experienced the most rapidly rising seas on the East Coast.
Well,
Unbelievable.
why is that? Somebody left the faucet on?
Yes, that's what it is.
It's that hurricane.
But no,
Debbie.
I mean, it certainly can't be climate change because that's the greatest hoax foisted off on the entire world.
That's not real.
Yeah.
Well, it must be just too many people running their faucets.
And the remnants of that Hurricane Debbie, too.
Oh, there's both. Yes.
Right?
Yeah. No, it's the faucets mostly. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, let's get to the National Day calendar for this August 9th,
Is it the 9th already?
2024. Yes.
Thank goodness it's Friday.
Yes. Is it or is it not National Passion Fruit Day? How about Veep Day? How about National Rice Pudding Day? Or could it be National Book Lovers Day or National Yo-Yo Day? Which one of those days does not belong, Catherine Lake?
Yo-Yo, Veep. What were the other ones?
National Passion Fruit Day,
You're taking all of them and you're
National
saying
Rice
wow.
No.
Rice Pudding Day, and Book Lovers Day.
It's not passion fruit.
Well, you are wrong.
Oh, for gosh.
Catherine Lake, hit the buzzer there,
I think
Sam.
it's not National Veep Day.
Well, you're also wrong,
Oh, my
John
gosh.
Peterson. Sam, you want to take a stab at it?
It's not Yo-Yo Day.
You're right.
Why would they
Oh.
have a day for yo-yos?
Oh, come on.
Exactly.
No, are you kidding me?
That was a
You get a
huge
shiny
day.
new dime applied to your
these
account.
days are established many, many decades ago. So yo-yos were very popular. I was very good at yo-yos.
Me too.
So is
He's
Tommy.
really
Yes, there's
Tommy Smothers was
Oh, my
really
God,
good at it.
yeah.
I mean,
Really?
It was
people
a
knew
thing.
their
Oh,
stuff.
you should look up some.
Walk the
YouTube.
dog.
Walk the
my
dog,
God,
yeah.
Rock the baby.
Rock the cradle,
Rock
too.
the cradle.
Yeah, yeah.
The satellite something I can't remember.
Satellite.
Yeah.
something.
Whip it
Really,
around.
you don't know?
Because it doesn't
How about
involve a
this?
Well,
screen.
I've heard some of these names. I guess I haven't seen them performed
The
before.
Duncan yo-yo.
Yes, used to be, and they'd bring, yo-yo experts to schools and stuff for assemblies, and they'd just get up there and,
I'd like to get
With
out
the
of school,
yo-yo.
to have gotten out of school for that.
Well,
That'd be
they
a
always
fun
had
assembly.
some moral to the story
of
at
course
the end
they
of it.
did.
I don't
Recommendation
know.
for
It's,
you. Get yourself a real Duncan.
Yeah,
Duncan
get a good yo-yo.
Yeah, you got to get yourself a Duncan.
Yeah.
But you know what? I would love to give him a yo-yo to see how he would
Would you
use it.
Where's
the
try it
button?
out?
It's not like I've never used
because-
one before.
Where's the on button?
No,
I don't know.
because
Does it light up?
Duncan yo-yos introduce you to a way of throwing that down.
Yes.
Back wrist, like this.
Back
Okay.
wrist.
Right.
Yes.
See, a lot of people go like this when they're in a
No,
yo-yo.
no, it's a
Yeah.
throw
Just
it.
like,
And you
like
gotta
they're,
loop it.
like they're
Yeah.
palm down.
Yes.
That is not it.
No.
Palm up.
No.
And
No.
you flip it over your
Yep.
fingers.
Flip it.
Because then it can go out, not just down.
That's
I
right.
mean, you can really toss that sucker.
Huh. Yeah,
Hey,
when I was a
let's-
kid, I only had like the cheap toy ones you'd get at
Yeah.
Walmart or
Yeah,
wherever.
little tiny guys like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
An inch.
You need
Yeah.
the good one.
That
Very
poisons
cute.
people's
Don't work.
outlook
No.
on it,
You need
yeah.
the weight. You need the real Dunkin'.
And they had LEDs in them, and they'd spin and light up.
Was it
Yeah.
LED?
I don't know
Yeah,
what
it
it
Or
was.
was it just bulbs? They didn't get hot, so I don't
it
know.
didn't get hot. I don't know.
Something
I don't know how
special
they
in there.
did that.
Hey, let's talk about National Passion Fruit Day. Do you know what?
We finally hit a topic that's good.
And then you
know,
want to
something
just
we can
get off
talk
it, go
about.
back to.
Well, let's go to Passion Fruit Day
No,
because I
let's-
love
Really?
passion.
Do you know what a passion fruit is?
No,
I've
I
never
don't.
heard of this
No one
phrase
uses
before.
passion fruits for anything.
You're
do
a
they?
cook. You know,
Do
no,
you,
they
you
don't.
don't know
Never
what a
used
passion?
it.
I don't really know.
Well, that's why we're explaining
All
it
right,
here.
moving from yo-yos to passion fruit.
We can go back to yo-yos if you'd like. It doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
You want to talk yo-yo?
No,
No,
we're
get
done.
to your calendar, Gordy.
We're done.
I don't care. National Passion Fruit Day. Yes, that's today. Join us as we celebrate the delightful, sweet, and tangy flavor of tropical fruits known as passion fruits. We also want to promote the honor of the hardworking farmers and growers. Them blah blah blah. Passion fruit is a tropical fruit belonging to the Passiflora
Sell it, Gordy, sell
family, which is a combination of flowering plants that has over 250 species. These fruits grow in South America, primarily in Brazil, Paraguay, and northern
Do
Argentina.
they have a picture of that?
Yeah, what is it?
Is that like,
I don't
is that
know.
like that star-shaped fruit? Is that what it is?
I bet it is.
there
I'm pretty
a-
sure the star-shaped fruit is called star fruit, John.
Yeah, well, there's a different one, but
Okay.
it's sort of like that.
It's
Probably
like
a very
this.
thin
There's a little
skins.
tiny picture here, but you guys can sort of see it. And yeah,
Sounds
those
like
are
a
fruits. I don't.
lot of seeds.
I don't think you find these in your grocery stores around here. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Yes, you do. You
Yes.
find all that stuff.
All right, we just got a couple of minutes
Even though it's
here. Let's,
illegal.
I don't know what National Veep Day is. Sounds like a vice president. I think salute the vice
Wouldn't
president.
that have been
okay.
the
Veep
day
is the
to
show.
announce the Veep?
Right?
It would have been.
What the heck?
National
That's
Rice
why I couldn't
Pudding.
believe that was the day today.
It was a weird day
Just
to do
seemed
it.
wrong.
Yeah.
Well, she wanted to do it before Philadelphia so that people weren't assuming it was going to be Josh Shapiro,
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's also National Rice Pudding Day. Anybody like rice pudding? No.
Love rice pudding.
Do you
It's
really?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
Seriously?
I prefer
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah.
tapioca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tapioca, rice
Yeah, let's-
pudding, same, pretty much the same thing. They have that consistency,
Yeah.
and it's great.
A question.
Okay. Yeah. Like-
What are the bubbles in tapioca? What are
Bubbles?
those? What are those little balls? Are they
And
the-
bubble tea. I don't. Well, it's tapioca balls, but I don't know what tapioca.
it's a starch.
Tapioca balls
Tapioca
Is a
exactly
starch.
are.
balls.
is
I've
a starch.
never heard of that.
Okay.
It's also National Book Lovers Day.
I like
We
the big
salute all those
balls.
few
Okay.
people that still read books.
Not the small balls. I like the big
Shush!
balls.
Don't even. Gordy's talking.
I love books. I'm the only one. 18 minutes past the hour. We're just getting started on the John and Gordy Show with Catherine Lake and Sam Davison. And we've got history items coming up next. And a
Really?
whole lot more.
Trucking, got my chips cashed in. Keep trucking, like the Doodah Man. Together, more or less in line. Just keep trucking on.
92.7 WMDX 1580 on your AM radio dial. It's 20 minutes past the hour on this Friday morning, the 199th episode of the John and Gordy Show here at WMDX.
Monday's
Monday,
200?
we will celebrate 200 episodes. Well, if we make it to Monday. It is Friday. Yeah, our 200th
Typically.
episode will take place on Monday morning.
200?
Tune in for that.
For this iteration of the John and Gordy
This
show.
iteration.
Yes.
Yes.
How
That's
far
right.
did you get last time?
Yeah. Hey, let's take a look. You know, we were playing some Grateful Dead there.
Yes.
I
Trucking.
hate the Grateful
It was
Don't
I was out of
even-
the room when you played it.
just-
I
man.
do.
Well, we're playing it because Jerry Garcia died on this date in
Oh.
1995. A great guitar player, also just an icon of the Haight-Ashbury, San Francisco scene, and really, really quite the guitar player and musician, leader of the Grateful Dead. But, love the Grateful Dead or don't love them, they really made an impact on the music scene, especially in the San Francisco days back in the 1960s. Summer of Love and all of that.
Yeah.
Started out as a folk band and then turned into a jam band.
A jam band, a self-indulgent
Thank you.
jam band.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Their
you.
shows would go for hours and hours and hours. But, recently they morphed into the Dead and Company, and that band was really good. It included guitar player, oh, God.
You're almost going to get it.
I don't know.
You'll get it about 5 minutes from now
It's
when we
the
stop
guitar
talking
player
about
that
it.
wrote the song Waiting for the World to Change.
Oh, John Mayer.
Thank you.
Oh.
John Mayer was in Grateful Dead, the last
So he really is a good
iteration.
guitar player, huh?
Oh, he's excellent.
Is he
He went
excellent?
to Berkeley School of Music. He was a really
Okay.
good, really
New
great
respect.
guitar player. Yeah,
For Grateful Dead too.
but I saw one of their concerts on that was on video. It was on New Year's Eve, and it was unbelievably great. This new jam band I guess.
Iteration of it?
Iteration. We've tossed in iteration now 7 times. We don't know what
Word
it
of the
means, but
day.
it seems like it fits. Okay.
Let's use that for our giveaway word later.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. We've got more Chula Vista resort stays coming up
Ooh.
in a little while.
In the 7 o'clock hour, maybe?
Yeah, in the
right.
7 o'clock.
I wasn't a big
Okay.
fan of
The Dead.
the Grateful Dead.
I
No, but-
lost a roommate to it. I was in
Yeah,
college in the 80s, for goodness sakes, between
Yeah.
83 and 87.
Yeah.
So my roommate just became
Yeah,
suddenly
a deadhead.
became a deadhead. Literally moved to San Francisco and
solid.
followed the flipping Dead.
That's happened to a lot of
Yeah.
So
people.
I couldn't take it, and that's all they played on
Yeah.
the stereo. We had a turntable, and it was just constant Dead. So they killed it for me.
I was disappointed in the mass suicide when Garcia died.
No, there was
A
not.
lot of people just
No,
ended it all.
that's not good. You're lying. You're pulling my chain.
Gotcha.
I'm such a fool. God bless it. All
Say,
right.
are we going to do a wake-up call?
Oh,
is that
yeah.
going to happen?
You know what?
do
You
we
should
have,
call
is that-
Sam. Call my kid.
I think he's actually working on it right now.
He's trying to call her. Get her up. Is she on the air? Oh my
I don't
God.
know
I
if.
didn't know
Okay, so I just
there a
tried to
problem?
call her twice.
Yeah.
I don't know if
She's smart.
our phones are just being goofy or if all of these people are asleep and these calls are going straight to voicemail, because this has happened a couple days in a row now where every person we've tried to call, it's
All
just
my
gone straight
family.
to voicemail.
Oh no,
How could
others
that-
too besides my family.
Yeah.
Okay. All
yeah.
right.
How could that possibly
yeah, why
happen
would
from our
anybody
phones?
not want to get a wake up
up
call
From
and
us.
listen
a
to
little
John and
after
Gordy?
6
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning?
And
I don't get it.
Understand it.
I'm just stunned.
Oh well.
Well, call one of our phones. Call my phone and see what happens. We'll see if it'll.
No,
go to
don't
vo-
you? No.
No.
Oh wait,
now,
no, I have
wait,
that
just-
obscene message.
No,
that's-
do not
oh,
do that. Yeah.
You've got a risque ringtone.
Well, I don't want to go there.
Oh, now I'm going to call you right now. And I'm going to speakerphone it on. Okay.
Yeah, okay, it's fine.
Taylor Swift had to cancel her concert. Did you hear about
Yeah, all
that?
the bomb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
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 Conference.
yeah, that was not good. They got a couple
In
guys.
Venice, right?
Yeah, yeah, they got a couple of the guys. They're
Yeah.
plotting a terrorist attack. So
Yeah, big
concerts,
one.
man, that doesn't happen with the Grateful Dead.
Well, we're in the day in history here, right?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So what else? What else happened?
Oh,
What else
Smokey
happened?
Bear's birthday.
Oh, it
Aw.
is.
Yeah,
Ooh.
today.
Smokey Bear.
1944.
Let's sing the
It's
song.
not Smokey the Bear,
There's a
technically.
song?
It's Smokey Bear.
No,
Yes.
it isn't.
It's
It's
his
Smokey the Bear.
Well,
and
that's
it-
what we grew up with, Smokey the Bear.
because that's the original way of saying
Yes.
it.
This is a Mandela effect sort of thing. It's got to be.
What's Mandela effect?
It's where you misremember history, and it's
Right.
like a widespread thing where a bunch of people misremember something in the
Yes.
exact same way.
Yes.
There's several examples of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait a minute.
What do you
Well,
think of it?
well, how are you using that here? Because we didn't misremember anything.
Oh, he's
I
so
mean,
certain.
it
Oh,
is
I
He's
see.
Smokey.
so
It is
certain.
Smokey the. Could
I
we just
remember-
play the song? I mean, they
Did we
made a-
find it?
They made a song
Play the damn song.
the way it was meant to be sung way back when.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
With the ranger's hat and shovel and a pair of dungarees, you will find him in the forest, always sniffing at the breeze. People stop and pay attention when he tells them to beware, 'cause everybody knows that he's the fire-preventing bear. Smokey the Bear!
Yes.
Shoot.
The Bear!
It has to be Smokey the Bear.
The growling and the sniffing
Absolutely.
in the air.
He was right.
He can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smokey, 'cause he sure deserves the name.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Smokey the Bear.
The bear.
Yeah. See? The bear. And it
You
makes sense,
kids
doesn't it?
trying to
you can't
change
get,
it.
that is not retro. That's the way they sang it back then.
Right.
It sounds just like one of those yellow, tiny, smaller than 45 records that you had to
Oh,
play.
One of those
Yeah.
toy
Oh, the
ones
little
that kids had.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
little toy plastic
Flexible?
discs.
No,
Right?
no,
No, these were
these
hard,
were
really
really
hard
hard,
plastic,
solid
actually.
plastic,
Yeah.
and they
Real.
had the small
You could
hole.
whip them
Yes.
across the room. They're like little
Yeah.
frisbees before frisbees were invented.
Do you remember
Throw 'em at
magazines?
your little brother or sister.
Magazines coming with the flexible albums.
Oh, yeah.
Little time. My dad wouldn't let me play them on the stereo.
I have
Not on his
I have a
stereo.
Mad magazine, flexible, and it's a gas
Yeah.
where Alfred E. Newman would burp throughout this bluesy song.
Do you still have that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
I do.
God.
I used to cut out the Archie's records off the back of the
Yes.
cereal
boxes,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, couldn't play those in my
those were
dad's
the
stereo
days.
either. Nope.
What was he,
Damage the
an
needle.
audiophile, or he had a really
Yes.
expensive
Oh my gosh,
stereo
really?
system?
He cared
with
about his needles.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well,
just
yeah,
saying.
you're
Interesting.
addicted to the needles, huh?
Happy hippie Christmas.
It is hippie time around here with
I'm
the
looking.
couches out on the streets.
I
all
saw
I'm
over the
moving
place.
into a house. I need
Can
some
I
stuff.
Can I just picture I saw yesterday on X?
What?
This is great stuff. You know, it's a couch on the side of the road,
Right.
Right.
and it's standing up.
Up.
And somebody wrote on there, "JD stood me up."
That's hilarious.
Is that great
Oh
stuff?
my God.
Yeah.
That's
Extra
good
points
on
for that one,
several
man.
levels.
That's
Several
amazing.
levels. That's when comedy's really good, but it has
That's
multi layers.
crazy.
Does.
Yeah.
Where did that story start about
Well,
Vance and the couch?
They said it was in the original version of the book.
His-
the
I
hippie-
don't think it's actually true. Even
That's the
Okay.
thing.
It was
Okay.
just
It
just
isn't
some
true.
tweet that a guy made as a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, ew.
Really?
Yeah.
So it isn't.
It
So he didn't
it's
really
not
write it,
in
and
the
they took
book.
it out.
They thought
not in the book.
they thought it was in the first edition of whatever
Yeah.
that book, hippie. What? No, not
Hippie
no,
elegy.
no,
Hillbilly
Appalachian.
elegy.
Thank
Well,
you.
yeah, when they
Hillbilly
were
elegy.
pre-reading
But
it,
apparently-
they didn't want it in there.
Apparently wasn't in the book, or wasn't. It was in the first draft, and he took it out. Or,
This
I
is how
don't know.
rumors
Who
get
know?
started.
We don't really know now. I mean, yeah. Hey, it's 6:29
Already?
Yeah, and when we come back, Idiocracy. It's all coming up on the John and Gordy Show.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by noses. Yes, when wanting to stick something in other people's business, more people use their noses than any other part of their face. Noses, available wherever olfactory body parts are sold.
Gotta check our check our Facebook page. I'm going to send a picture. Sam's
Why?
going to put a Facebook page because
Why?
the three of you during the commercials,
The news?
you guys are like lounging about like you're at a cocktail party. You leave the booth, you sit on the couch.
stretch
You
and
say,
Why else would there be a couch in here?
I don't understand you.
If there's a couch in here, we got to use it.
Sit on it.
Oh wait, it's the JD Vance coming out.
Yeah. Oh, be careful. There'll be a sign on that couch tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to a few people at the Madison night market last night. It was great to see everybody out there, and we're spinning the wheel like we do and giving away T-shirts and everything. We must have given away a lot of them because we don't have any left.
We did. There's another picture that's going to be up. I sent that picture to Sam as well from the night market.
Well,
I interrupted your intro. Sorry, John. It's John and Gordy.
It is the John and Gordy Show, broadcasting from State Street, Madison, Wisconsin.
That's right.
And good morning to everybody. This is the family show, the wake-up call, whatever you want to call it. It's out there.
It's out there.
And
People are picking up stickers, at our booth last night.
Yeah.
Keep those.
Yeah.
Treasure them. There'll be collector's items real soon. We're changing a lot of the logos.
If not all. Yeah.
All of them.
Maybe.
So, there'll be some changes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And so, people were talking about the show a little bit. A few people coming up and saying, hey, we listen, and stuff. And, how you guys doing? And we're saying, good.
Did they say how you doing? And you said good?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good story.
Big thumb. Well, and then they were asking, where is the radio station? Well, we pointed right. It's right up
it's
there.
right across the street.
Really?
Right
Really? Can we go see it? No, you can't.
No,
It's
you may
locked,
not.
and you
Yes.
can't see it.
It's a good
There's
conversation.
red
And then-
neon in the second floor.
Have a T-shirt.
And then, they were saying, do we have to buy these? No, you can win. Well, they were like, well, how do you guys make money? And we said, well, this portion of the show is brought to you by the
My God.
Verlo Mattress of Madison. Sleep better and dream
Again.
bigger on a handcrafted, locally made mattress. That's how we make
You
our...
duped us again.
Find them on Madison's east and west sides or online at verlo.com.
I'm going to take his script because I think he knows it by heart by now.
Sam knows it. We should, you can recite it.
Go ahead. Try.
The John and Gordy Show is brought to you by Verlo Mattress of Madison. Sleep better, dream bigger on a handcrafted Verlo mattress. Available on Madison's east and west sides or online at verlo.com.
Unbelievable.
Is that ridiculous or what?
Unbelievable. The flexibility of a youthful brain.
I know.
It just soaks it up.
I know it.
Yeah.
Holy
Enjoy it while you
smokes.
can.
That's right.
So Idiocracy. Come on, John. What do we got? What's
Idiocracy.
happening?
Well,
What's
we
wrong?
We do have Idiocracy. We've got a comment from Steve Schmidt, used to be in charge of the campaign for McCain and Palin.
Okay.
But he's got one of the most blunt
Type guys.
people I've ever heard, and we're going to hear something from him. But before we get to this,
What?
we were talking about Costco,
Oh, yeah. Off the
and
air.
Sam brought this up,
Right.
And the fact that if you're a Costco customer, they're checking your ID, and there's a photo on
New
the
story.
back of your ID.
Yes.
And it's got to be you, because a lot of people are giving their cards to a family member who goes in, but it's not the actual member.
Or a neighbor, for that matter.
Well,
Giving
it could even be a neighbor, right?
household could use it.
personally, but that's the problem I have.
What?
I want to give it to my kid. He can
Yes.
go pick up the stuff for me.
Yes.
And now they won't let him do it because it's not his picture on the back of my Costco card.
boy.
The one I spend all the money on.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
Look out. John's
Sam?
really
So
mad
it's
now.
really bothering me an awful lot.
Yes.
And then not only that, but they have self-checkout there.
Yes.
And they check your card before you get to self-checkout.
They're really cracking
And I
down.
got to tell you, I exploded.
Did
I
you?
blew up at the person. I said, "What? This is intimidating
No.
your customers. Why are you doing this to make sure I'm who I am? I'm at the damn
I'm John
checkout.
Peterson.
I've got a cart full of stuff, and you're bothering everybody in the line to see their picture in the back of their card. And not only that, I had an older card, and my picture was wearing off. So
Oh,
they really
no.
couldn't tell who the hell I was,
Yes.
but they approved it anyway.
Oh, they did.
So I get bothered by this.
I understand. I understand. It's fair.
Well, what I thought, why don't they just check the picture and the card at the door when you come in?
As they should.
And then not bother you in the damn fast checkout. That's what I wanted. I just want to check out and get the hell out of the store because I'll buy something else if I hang out too long.
There ought to be a black market for Costco IDs.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's an
there you go.
idea.
Wow, fake Costco cards.
Well, and your kids are over the age of 21, so
Yeah.
they should be able to just
They
go.
should-
But they live with you. They still their address is your address.
I
They
went to
should
the
be able
service desk and said, why don't we just have, family members have cards as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they
One
usually
account.
give you one free
Yes.
account. Well, I
Yes.
said, why don't you give, if I have family members, why not have extra cards? Oh, no, we can't do that. We're just limited to 2. Do you ever think of maybe expanding that? What do what is this? Some rule?
There's idiocracy for you. That was idiocracy. It
All right.
works. It works.
Okay.
Well, anyway, we've got to straighten
Settle
these
down.
things out.
Deep
We got to
breath,
straighten
yes.
these things
Okay.
out.
Yes, we got things to do.
All right, let's get to Steve Schmidt. Let him vent a little bit here.
Okay.
This is Cut 54. Check this out.
You should have respect, JD, for America's military. You were a corporal in the Marine Corps. Today, you are a fascist who was a corporal. You see, JD, you're smearing Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, who was command sergeant major of the National Guard Regiment for 24 years of service. He retired, and after his retirement, his unit deployed to Iraq. Tim Walz ran for Congress, and it was good that Tim Walz was in Congress because he was superb at what he did. He wasn't a vile clown like your friend Marjorie Taylor Greene
Vile.
or Lauren Boebert. The vile little Eichmann, Stephen Chung, the fascist spokesman for the MAGA cause, said Air Force Two needed to be disinfected from the smell after Kamala Harris. Why not just drop the N-word, Stephen? Because that's what you want to say. They're assaulting a National Guard veteran who gave a quarter century of service as somebody who committed a crime called stolen valor. It's nonsense. It's an argument for stupid people, and don't be tricked by it. He served honorably. This man was a teacher. This man was a coach. This man came from not very much except for values, American values. Raised in Nebraska, losing his father young. He's a good man. J.D. Vance is a bad one. He started a fake opioid charity. He's a hustler like Trump. Where is their vision for the country? It's all poison. It's all toxic crap, non-stop. And it's
Self-serving.
going to get worse because he's panicked. He's losing. It's all coming down. Governor Walz talked about joy. Kamala Harris has infused joy into American politics with a brilliant smile that lights up a room, clear conviction, and she's surging in the polls. They can focus on the second part. They don't want Trump. Get rid of him. The American people have that within our power. Let's exercise it. Donald Trump is a scammer. He's a taker. He's taken as much as he possibly can from this country. He's never served. And J.D. Vance ought to look in the direction at the vile rapist he's running with. A man who said he did not want wounded warriors around him because they looked bad. He did not want to see the sight of an American man or woman sent into harm's way by their nation who returned with a missing limb. He did not want to take the time to go to the American cemetery to honor the fallen of the First World War. He's a man who is venerated Adolf Hitler. He is a man who asked the military to open fire on American civilians. Donald Trump is a disgrace, a liar, a demagogue, a cheat, and a rapist. And that man and his vile eye-line wearing hillbilly scammer running mate have no damn right to insult and degrade and attack the service of a good man when they are bad men and rotten men who seek to vandalize their country for riches, for power, and favors for their friends. This 2024 election is the great freedom election. And that's why this fascist ticket will get uglier and uglier and uglier with each passing day.
There it is.
Wow.
Wow.
Drop the
Steve
mic.
Schmidt, campaign manager for McCain-Palin.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope he wasn't anything to do with the choice of Palin, because that would ruin my thoughts of him. But
I think he did have something
I
to
think
do
he
with
had
the
something to
That's
do with
too
it as
bad.
well.
But
still,
But, you know,
he
he
said
learned his
truth.
lesson.
Yes.
He learned his lesson. Not
Yeah.
only that,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a conservative guy
Yeah.
who is on board with the happiness and the smiling and the positive message by Kamala and Walz. I mean, it's just an amazing thing to hear these former conservatives so on board
right. Yeah.
with these individuals. It's just an amazing thing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I had to play it, and I thought, it's
Yeah.
a mic drop.
It's a mic drop.
Yes. It's talking on another mic drop. It's Kamala was interrupted while she was giving a speech.
Right, yeah.
The other day. And I
A
thought-
protester.
Not a lot of people talked about it.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
It was these were protesters for the Palestinian cause.
Yep.
And they were shouting in the back. Now,
But she took care of that.
yeah, she did. Let's just listen to this, where she addresses the crowd.
Kamala.
He intends to surrender our fight against the climate crisis, and he intends to end the Affordable Care Act. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
There you go.
Simple.
Yeah.
That shut him up.
Yep. It did.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting part of all of this, and I didn't know this, I looked this up to find out really what had happened. And prior to the rally, she met with supporters of the Palestinian cause from a group called Uncommitted National Movement. And she talked to them and had a conversation with them, and it was a positive conversation. And she identified with their cause. So when this happened, she kind of like, look, I just had a conversation about this whole thing. Stop it. You just leave us alone. Let me speak here. We've got a
get through
campaign
this.
to run.
Yeah. Yes.
But she honors the fact that people do have the ability to say these things. And she also mentioned it earlier, by the way. This was the last time where she said, please let me talk.
Yeah.
She mentioned, that you have a right to speak, and she does just what Joe Biden did as well.
Right.
Right.
So it was great. It was a great moment. So, but no one ever talked about that. Now, next hour we're going to take a look at the swift boating of
Kerry?
Tim Walz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The swift boating, meaning
It's
going after him.
Going after him for his military experience,
Which is just
there's a lot of
24 years.
well, a lot of details. I mean, you can make a small comment when you're running and just kind of generally say something,
Yeah.
but it's not a lie. You're just generally encapsulating what you want to tell people.
He quit
But
before
now-
deployment.
But
About
now,
his service.
Right.
Yeah.
but and because he quit before, so he could speak out because he wanted to run for Congress, they didn't give him the upper command, the top well, anyway, we're going to
Yeah.
get to the next
Okay.
in the next half hour. So we're going to deal with that whole thing and straighten it out before everybody just screws this thing up badly. Okay?
Johnny's got it figured out.
There we go. I know what's going on.
I know
here.
you do.
And they've nailed down a debate date.
Oh, yes.
September 10th. Looks like
He's gonna
Kamala
do it.
Harris and Donald Trump will be on, I believe, ABC.
Yeah.
They finally nailed that down.
Yeah.
And this I thought was really interesting. The Harris Walz campaign has sold nearly $1 million worth of now sold out camo hats branded orange with Harris Walz on it in the days since they were released. That is a fantastic
Because
piece
that
of
gets the
information.
people who are interested in conservation.
They
That
say
gets your hunters involved.
it says here the campaign, of course, is marketing this. And they say,
Yes.
you asked, we answered. The most iconic political hat in America. It's great stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they went for $40, 3,000 hats originally, and they sold out in 30 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
And that he was wearing a camo hat when Harris called Walz up and to ask him to be
It all
the
comes
running
together.
mate. So
Got
that's why there's a camo hat.
Gotcha.
6:49. We're coming back with something stupid that Republican Congressman Glenn Grothman said in
No.
health news
Oh, Lord.
on the John and Gordy Show. Yeah, baby.
All right. WMDX, the John and Gordy Show, broadcasting from Madison. Looking out over State Street on a beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful morning. A little cool,
Yeah.
but, the leaves are going to start changing. We're going to have orange trees out there, and it'll only be in the middle of August.
It's 55 degrees. Highs today, just around 69. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll open up the text line and have a chance for you to win a Chula Vista Resort gift certificate and a vacation villa studio stay. Passes for 4 at the water park at Chula Vista. That's coming up shortly. Okay.
Chula Vista.
All right.
Chula
Melissa
Vista.
Kay was at the J.D. Vance event in Eau Claire.
Okay.
Melissa Kay is one of our news anchors.
Okay.
She's out of Wisconsin Rapids.
All right.
And she says, as a talking point from someone on the ground at the J.D. Vance appearance in Wisconsin, people showed up. It was not clear on the website, however, that it was an invited press-only event. One woman was even invited and then took off work to be there and then was told she couldn't go in. There's a lot of chatter about Vance taking questions from the press when Harris isn't doing it, but the Vance team seems to be afraid of small crowds. Maybe 100 to 200 people showed up. Many who found out they couldn't got in, then left. Rough guess, less than 80 people stuck around to watch his motorcade arrive. Only the hardcore ones were still there at the end of his comments, and that's who followed him down to Olson's Ice Cream for his photo op.
Wow.
That's how that went down.
Yeah.
J.D. Vance in Wisconsin.
Well, yeah, that's J.D. Vance running after Kamala to, just talk to her on a tarmac. What
Right.
the hell is he thinking?
From one deep to
get,
another.
he wanted to get on her plane.
He did? He wanted to get on
We're
to
like,
talk.
no, we're not letting you on the plane to say hello.
No. We haven't vetted you.
Sorry.
Yeah, then they'd have to fumigate her plane,
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Okay.
Email. I got the email sent to you. I don't
Trying
know.
to talk to Sam.
It's
Yeah.
okay. You got it?
I'm okay at reading lips, John. You can tell me without telling me.
Just talk to him. It doesn't
Just
matter.
talk to the boy.
Well, I don't know.
Talk to the boy, son.
My sign language. Doesn't he understand my sign language? No, he does that all the time. I don't know if you're even talking to me.
This is your health.
While
Your
we
health.
while
On
we
your
get
health.
that ready,
Yes.
this is on your health.
Okay, what do you got?
This is health stuff.
Health stuff. Thank you.
All right. This you may be stunned by this. I know I am.
Okay.
Been holding on to this for a little while. Texas Pregnancy Center can bill the state $14 for distributing diapers that cost the center over 25 cents.
Over 25
Yeah.
cents.
So they can charge the state at a Texas Pregnancy Center. And before parents, and this is the kicker, not only is that stupid, but this is something else.
Okay.
Before parents can get those diapers, they must take a class that the center can bill the state $30 for each hour to teach those parents how to use the diapers. So
No.
before they get a $14 diaper that only costs 25 cents, they have to take a class. I don't understand this. I don't get this at all. I mean, this is something, very natural. People know how to do this stuff naturally, and the diapers are not too hard to figure out.
They need to make some money any way they can. That's all. Yeah.
There's something definitely wrong with this, and Texas
It's
is
Texas.
leading the pack.
Yes.
Wow.
Is the movie called Civil War, right? That's the new version, new movie out about the country falling apart, and it's Texas and Florida that secede.
Yes.
That really
Yes.
does seem like the future.
Oh, that makes
Texas has lost its way.
Yeah.
And I thought, and Gordy brought this story up to me about Glenn Grothman's comment. I'm going to include this in health.
Okay.
It's health related.
It is health related. And he's talking about transgender youth being very, very cool. Why don't we play this for everybody? This is, again, Glenn Grothman. Why he gets elected each and every time, no one knows.
Republican congressman from Wisconsin. Yeah.
You have to stop and think. Do we really want a president who's going to deliver the message to young people that transgender is a favorable, cool option, a cool way for you to rebel? And that's what we're going to get. I mean, as America continues to go down, we may elect another president and vice president who are out there saying, mutilate yourself, have surgery, young person. You may, any one of you young people, maybe a boy, maybe a girl. So go with it if you want to rebel in a cool fashion, approved by the President of the United States.
Unbelievable, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is a head case. And, he can say that to his constituents, and they'll be probably energized to vote for him again.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he say that? Do you know where that came from?
No.
Not sure.
Glenn Grothman.
It was on X, but
It was just another comment.
Yeah.
I believe I'm not sure which district he represents, but it's
Sixth.
generally the Portage area.
The
Portage.
They're piling up.
Yeah.
Yeah. His comments are piling up.
Yeah.
And it's a big pile of you-know-what. Okay.
Okay.
It's what he does.
Yeah. All right. Now let's get to abortion rights, okay?
Oh, boy.
Montana is designing new hurdles. This is how the Republicans respond to the right to abortions, right? They make new hurdles to get those abortions at abortion clinics. Right. Montana is proposing wide-ranging rules for licensing abortion clinics under disputed state law, raising a new potential obstacle for patients, even as a constitutional amendment to protect access appears headed for the November ballot. Clinics would have to meet minimum limits for the size of their rooms and hallways. See, this is the crazy stuff that
And
they
the
tried here.
hallways.
They tried this in Wisconsin as well. Submit to annual state inspections, maintain written patient transfer agreements with hospitals, and be led by a medical director who is a licensed physician. Now, we have tried this here in Wisconsin. We even put some of this in place here. Nurse practitioner Helen Weems said these requirements, including the requirement that abortion clinics have a physician medical director, are not about patient health or safety. They are purely about creating havoc and hardship for abortion providers. And just putting more roadblocks in the way, and this has happened in state after state, where they are protecting abortion in their states. So the Republicans' response, let's make it as hard as possible. If it's going to be legal, you're going to have a hard time getting to it.
Yeah, I'm noticing she's using the word freedom a lot in her speeches, Kamala. Freedom,
Yes.
freedom, freedom.
Yep, absolutely.
It is 6:58. Coming up, we will have your chance to stay at Chula Vista Resort. Got a gift certificate, and get ready to text in to possibly win that. Also, Rocker, a little bit later on in the hour, he'll be giving us a Max Inc. preview. It's all coming up on the John and Gordy Show on WMDX.
As we were saying, let the sunshine. It's the John and Gordy Show.
transmitted by wire.
Here is the latest news brought into your own living room.
You'll be hard to satisfy with anything less.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Talk is cheap. Kid. Always gossiping.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
This is High Five Plus.
And that's the way it is.
We'll do it live.
Only on Mad Radio 92.7 WMDX. Take it away, boys.
Another beautiful morning. 7 a.m. comes too fast.
Sure
Look at
does.
the lyrics there, and it does.
No kidding. 55 degrees currently, highs around 69 for today. Good-looking weekend. We'll check in with Brittany Merlot here shortly. We welcome Terry Bell, our news director, into the studio.
Morning,
How you doing,
guys.
Terry?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, doing all right.
All right.
What's happening? What's the big story in Wisconsin?
Well, the
today?
big story in Wisconsin is that Wisconsin has a new missing child alert. It's called the Purple Alert System, and the governor signed it into law yesterday. It was actually enacted some time ago before the legislature finished up its session.
Mm-hmm.
And it's meant to address some gaps. You know, people ask, well, why do we need a new missing child alert system? And it's because apparently the Amber Alert system had some gaps, and it might have cost some time in the case of, unfortunately, a couple of kids in Wisconsin who were missing for a time and then found dead. You might remember Prince McCree in Milwaukee last year, and then the year before that, Lily Peters in Chippewa Falls. So it was apparent that there was an unintentional gap in the Amber Alert system, so this new law addresses that.
Oh.
Yeah. And so it's the Purple Alert System. So the criteria for this alert system is the child has to be under 18, believed to be incapable of returning home without help because of a physical or mental condition or disability, or the child is younger than 10.
Right.
It has to be issued within 72 hours of the child's disappearance. Situation does not meet the criteria for other alerts like Amber Alerts. Also, the child needs to be reported missing to the National Crime Information Center. And lastly, there is sufficient information to give the public help to find the child. So it kind of expands the definition of a person at risk to include children. And that's kind of an expansion of the Silver Alert, actually. And so there's a phone number to call and ways to sign up for missing child alerts. So
okay.
some
You
new
have-
tools for folks.
I was going to
to
say you
use.
have to sign up for the alert to have it on your phone. So when these things happen, you get alerted right away.
That's absolutely right.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So this is going into effect
It went
immediately.
the governor signed it yesterday, so
Okay.
it's been in effect for a few
Does this
hours.
replace the Amber Alert then?
No, it does
Okay,
not.
all right. It's just a
two.
It's just a
systems
different-
happening.
just
layer.
a little bit different because
Yeah.
of the disabilities. All right.
Interesting. You got a big weekend ahead of you, Terry? What are you
A
doing?
boring weekend. Well, not a boring weekend, but
Well,
I have
good,
to
man.
start
You
looking
gotta have
ahead
that.
because I teach at Madison College part-time during the school year. And
I did not know that.
Democratic convention's coming up, so I won't have any time to prep. So I have to probably get a head start on getting ready for the
What do you teach?
journalism.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
He's a professional.
That's very cool.
And at the DNC, he's going to work 12-hour days, so
Yeah.
be nice to Terry.
Well, I'm being nice.
How long have you been doing that, Terry?
About 10 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
My
yeah.
kid just went there, so well, I don't know if he took journalism though, but that's cool.
We have a
Did not know.
journalism certificate, and we have a few. We've launched some pretty cool careers, and also just a lot of students take it to kind of substitute English requirement or something like that, or they think it would be an interesting elective. So it's a really great experience for all kinds of different students.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, you do good work. Thank you,
Oh,
Terry.
thank you.
Do you send
Appreciate
some of
it.
the students to like radio stations and television stations for?
Oh
a
yeah,
little-
in fact, our summer intern is a former
Yes.
student of ours. Boy, one student does such great guns that she got a job at the Carbone Cancer Center in their media and public relations and marketing arm before she even graduated. Yeah, she's that good.
Excellent.
And now
we
that-
have let's call a producer at NBC 15.
Oh, okay,
No
cool.
kidding.
Now, I know that there is a problem now with Madison College trying to get those students into child care centers because a lot of child care centers are closing down because they're running out of money, and the state hasn't funded or helped fund those child care centers. So now MATC or Madison College doesn't have the ability to send their students for experience in these child care centers. So it's becoming more difficult for them to train future child care center individuals.
Interesting.
All right.
Should we be calling you Professor? Adjunct Professor? No?
Sure.
Professor Terry Bell. There, our
Call
news
me
director.
whatever you like.
Okay, man.
Okay, thank you. Terry
Thanks,
Bell
guys.
is our news director, and we appreciate him stopping by. Hey, it's time to open up our text line here. We've got a Chula Vista Resort gift certificate to give away. Now, here's the catch on this. This expires September 1st, so if you can't use it within this time of the rest of August, please let somebody else win it, okay? Just text us the word VISTA to our text line at 608-879-8255. That's 608-879-8255, or get on the Civic Media app, which is free, and you can download that and text right from that app. The word Vista, if you want to go to Chula Vista Resort. This includes a one-night stay in the Vacation Villa Studio and water park passes for 4 people. And again, there are some restrictions on this. So text VISTA. We're going to leave the text line open all hour here, and we'll notify you if you are the winner, okay? 608-879-8255. Okay.
All right. All right. Well, a big story today.
Yeah.
We're going to try and straighten this out a little bit. A lot of accusations against Tim Walz, his time in the military, as J.D. Vance votes against the troops and the vets, and we'll get to that in just a moment. He's attacking Tim Walz over easily understandable comments that he made about war and assault weapons. This is what Walz said. We can research the impacts of gun violence. We can make sure those weapons of war that I carried in war are only carried in war. Now, the disputed part of that is that I carried in war. Now, Vance slammed Walz for never spending a day in a combat zone. He said, what bothers me about Tim Walz is the stolen valor garbage, of not being in a war. I have cut 55 here, and this is a fact check on all of that. Let's hear it.
Walz actually filed paperwork to run for Congress in February of 2005. The next month, the Guard announced a possible deployment to Iraq within 2 years. Walz then announced he intended to stay in the race, quote, whether that is in Washington, D.C. or in Iraq. He retired from his Guards unit in May of 2005, although it's unclear when he submitted his retirement papers. But 2 months later, his unit received deployment orders to Iraq. Now, we should note, while Walz was not on that deployment, he was deployed with the Minnesota National Guard in August of 2003 to Italy in a supporting role for the war in Afghanistan. While there, he did not see combat. But now, Vance is also accusing Walz of falsely claiming he did serve in a combat zone. That claim comes from this clip of Walz talking about gun control.
We can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war is the only place where those weapons are at.
A Harris campaign spokesperson is responding to the accusation this evening, saying, quote, in his 24 years of service, the governor carried, fired, and trained others to use weapons of war innumerable times. As for Vance, he served 4 years in the Marines as an enlisted combat correspondent, which involves the gathering of military news. In that role, Vance was deployed once to Iraq for roughly 6 months. And in his book, Hillbilly Elegy, Vance says, quote, I was lucky to escape any real fighting.
Oops.
Oh, he escaped.
Oh, so he didn't see any fighting
real
either.
Fighting,
oh, okay. But you're in Italy. You're waiting to be deployed. You might have gone to Afghanistan. You had the weapons of war. You were ready to use those weapons of war. That's what Walz was talking about.
Right.
And these guys are trying to parse the words, the phrases.
The words. That's a great phrase.
And it's just ridiculous. And this is the swift boating attempt by these individuals. I just want to fill you in on what.
Remind me the swift boating origination, because that has to do with McCain.
I'll do that in just a moment.
All right.
I'll just do that in a moment. But I want to get to J.D. Vance, his long record on attacking U.S. troops and veterans. Get this, he voted no on pay raises for the U.S. troops. He's real patriotic. No on funding for the VA, no on expanding home care for veterans, no on aid to Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan, and no on border security. So there you go. That's the big supporter of the veterans. All right. Okay, now let's get to the swift boating issue that you just brought up and asked about.
Remind me.
Swift vets and POWs for Truth were a bunch of U.S. swift boat veterans, former prisoners of the Vietnam War. They formed in 2004 for the purpose of trashing John Kerry's candidacy for president.
John Kerry, that's right.
It's now used as a political pejorative, swift boating, to describe an unfair or untrue political attack. Welcome to some recycling here.
Yeah, unbelievable.
We're recycling garbage. I want to get into Cut 50 here. This is more on that.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz accused of stolen valor. 3 retired command sergeant majors have accused Walz of retiring from their Minnesota National Guard just before their deployment to Iraq in 2005. They also said that...
No, just stop it. Stop it. Because I would just want to mention here, this is Fox News analysis, and what they do is they get other former vets to make comments, and that's exactly what they did to John Kerry. They got vets to make up these stories and lies and make up things about what their interpretation of what they saw was. Let's continue with that.
Misrepresented himself as a command sergeant major, despite his retirement causing him to lose the promotion. Watch this.
He abandoned us. I mean, what the hell kind of leader does that? I mean, he just, as soon as the shots were fired in Iraq, he turned and ran the other way and hung his hat up and quit.
As far as I know, he's the only one that has bailed in a senior position and then used that 10 minutes and no credibility to hold that position, no experience, to somehow bolster his credibility in Congress. And even his webpage lays claim that at the time when he retired, he was the senior non-commissioned officer in southern Minnesota. Hello, Tom Behrens lives in southern Minnesota in his district. I think Tom Behrens was a sergeant major at the time.
Congressman, you are a U.S. Army veteran, the recipient of the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart. Your thoughts on this individual in terms of what this says about the ticket?
I don't say these words lightly at all. If you leave your men, your soldiers, your women, whoever they are, under your command, command sergeant major under his command, if you leave them on the heels of combat...
We're going to take a break here. We're going to continue this and talk about it a little bit more. Chris Hayes has a comment about it as well.
19 minutes past the hour. Coming up right around the corner, Brittany Merlot, our civic media meteorologist, will go under the radar and over the radar, and we'll look at some other stories, too.
Over the rainbow?
Yeah, all of that. And we'll be back with more on the John and Gordy Show.
Ever shy away from our progressive values.
Morning, Brittany.
Good morning.
He said this,
Brittany.
White Dudes for Harris. And he said, one person's socialism is another person's neighborliness.
Yes.
I love the word neighbor.
Oh, don't do Beavis and Butthead. What's wrong with you?
WMDX 92.7 FM. We're celebrating the new episodes.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
1580 AM. Madison, the John and Gordy Family Show with Catherine Lake.
And Brittany Merlot joining us to check out this beautiful weather. We have gorgeous sunshine, and
thank you for causing this.
Yes,
once
it's nice
again.
and cool.
We can blame you, and now we're going to give you credit.
Oh,
And,
thank you. You stole my sunshine because it is cloudy here.
Oh,
Really?
no.
Cloudy in
Yeah,
Warsaw?
well, that's too bad.
Really?
I know.
The capital is
crying to my
lovely.
towel, you know.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, it's looking great today, but cooler. And highs just like in the upper 60s, low 70s around here. And wondering what's it going to be for the weekend, too. Brittany,
Oh, just
fill us in.
beautiful. Oh, so good and gorgeous. Nice and crisp still tomorrow. Highs at about 73 degrees for Madison. And then for Sunday, a little bit warmer into the mid 70s, about 76 degrees. Nothing but sunshine. The only chance of a sprinkle that you may have is today around 5 o'clock. That's about it. And I highly doubt it's going to hit you. There's only going to be a couple of those across the state.
Well, where should we go in the state to see the fall temperatures, the leaves changing?
It's
Well,
a little early for that. Come on.
I'm going to go look. I'm going up towards Lake Superior, I think, this weekend, and I'm going to
Check it out.
check to
Yeah,
see if there's.
Do you camp out
any-
every weekend, Brittany?
I have to.
Yes,
I do.
To?
I do.
What do you mean you have to?
I just need to be outside in the weather. I'm an outdoorsy person. I can't be locked up inside for too long.
But there are bugs and stuff outside, aren't there?
Yes.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah,
Yes,
bugs,
there are a
mosquitoes.
ton. Yeah. Oh, don't talk about all that.
Sorry.
Well, they carry the COVID.
Oh, no,
I'm
do
just kidding.
not. Starting rumors. Brittany, I want to ask you a question about the moisture in Wisconsin because, of course, coming up from Chicago, now I'm back in Wisconsin and I'm very concerned about our breadbasket. How are they faring with too much water, too little? We're not in a drought anymore, I know. How are the farmers doing?
Yeah, so I think everything right now is pretty decent because we're not getting hit with too much heavy rain over and over like we were over spring and summer. A little bit of a break in these dry spells over the past few weeks have helped out a lot. But up north, I will say with these crisp temperatures overnight, I know personally that cranberry farmers and people are slightly worried because we're nearing frost for these overnights.
Wow.
So,
really?
yeah,
Down
that's
toward the 30s up there.
We are. So that is a concern right now. Other than that, I think everything is good to go. The moisture is just perfect out there.
Perfect. Yes.
The corn's looking good around here.
Knee high by 4th of July.
Yeah, it's
done.
way higher than that.
We never
now.
ask you about this, but you always put out an email with a little news information in it. What's your current topic?
Oh, what was my current topic? Goodness, I think I was talking about mosquitoes and the moisture, just how they're just so bad this year. Otherwise, I think I was talking about how the bonus harvest hunting, the applications are coming out next week by zone. So keep that in mind if you want to do that.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Well, happy camping this weekend, Brittany. We'll expect a full report Monday morning.
Sounds good.
From
Love
your
stories.
adventures.
Is it hard to find a boyfriend that wants to go camping all the time?
Stop it. What are you doing?
They can't keep up. They can't keep up.
That's great.
Answer.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Brittany.
guys.
Thank you.
That. Thanks.
That's Brittany Merlot, our civic media meteorologist. We'll talk to you Monday, Brittany. Thank you.
John
You're
Peterson,
welcome.
our inappropriate morning show host.
Hey, a reminder here. We are giving away a Chula Vista Resort.
You're just finding
stay.
that out?
Yeah, this just in. Chula Vista Resort gift certificate. All you have to do is text in the word VISTA, and that number again to text 608-879-8255. Text the word VISTA. You could win that overnight stay at the Vacation Villa Studio at Chula Vista Resort. Okay, let's go to the phone lines. Dick is on the line with a question or a comment. Good morning, Dick.
Yeah, to the top of the ticket, a guy who got how many deferments? 4 or 5 for bone spurs?
Flat feet,
He
bone
probably
spur. Yeah.
shouldn't-
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you shouldn't bring stuff like this up.
Seriously.
One. And then yesterday proved that he's totally delusional, talking about a helicopter ride that he was never on.
Yeah, isn't that something?
So what's that story?
Yeah.
Remind me how that worked out, Dick. What was that story? I saw that pop up and I didn't follow through.
First of all, as much as I could stand watching it, I was home and flipping through and watched it for a little bit. He was talking about a ride that he had with Willie Brown, and he was confusing him with Jerry Brown, the governor.
Oh my God, no!
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, and then he rambled on and on, and then the top or the vice presidential candidate on the Democratic side, his body language, the way he moves his legs and his arms around. What about a guy who's playing an imaginary concertina all the time?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Out
Right.
and in, out and in.
Yeah.
That is so
Imaginary
horrible.
concertina.
I see that in my head.
Good thoughts, Dick. Thank
All
you.
right, Dick, thank you very much. And we have somebody here who says, let's see, awesome to meet you guys last night.
Oh, yeah.
Sam, thanks for letting my son spin the civic media wheel. And thank you guys for doing the show or something.
Yeah.
You're very
Zach.
welcome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we meet a lot of people at the Madison
Night
Nights.
Market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun. There'll be another one in September and October.
Another one in October. Two more.
Well, let's play another cut here, and this deals with the swift boating of Tim Walz. This is Chris Hayes and his comment. He has a few extra little details here. Let's play it.
A medical board considered discharging him because of his hearing impairment. Instead, he convinced them to let him complete his final enlistment, which began after 9/11. Walz achieved the highest enlisted rank in the Army, Command Sergeant Major. But rather than stay in and complete the schooling for that rank, Walz retired in 2005 at the rank of Master Sergeant. Party says because he wanted at that point to speak freely about political injustice, specifically the Iraq War. The following year, he was one of more than 60 anti-war veterans running for Congress as the Fighting Dems.
I spent 24 years in the Army National Guard. I spent the better part of 2 decades as a public school teacher. I'm a small business owner, I'm a father, and I'm a husband. I intend to come here to Washington to provide authentic leadership and to truly represent the people of my district and the people of the United States.
After Donald Trump was elected president, Walz became the ranking Democrat on the House Veteran Affairs Committee. And now Walz is running with Kamala Harris against Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. And perhaps not that surprisingly, Republicans are trying to swift vote Walz, denigrating his service the way they did with Vietnam vet John Kerry 20 years ago, saying he stole valor and left the Army to avoid going to Iraq. It's a playbook Republicans also used against Walz when he ran for governor of Minnesota, and it failed then because they're lies. It turns out when voters hear about the quarter-century Walz spent as a citizen soldier, the time he spent since then fighting for Iraq and Afghanistan veterans to get the benefits they deserve, they don't see what Republicans do. They see a rare kind of veteran in politics who can cut through the self-serving BS rather than adding to it.
There you go.
Wow.
Chris Hayes.
Yeah.
MSNBC.
Yeah, and it's just
good summary.
It's a great cut, and just remember those things as they continue to try to beat this thing to death, and continue to try to swift boat.
Yeah.
Tim Walz. It's
Love
just
that
an
term.
amazing thing.
It sure is. Absolutely. Hey, coming up, we've got Rocker in the studio. Got a Max Inc. preview for the weekend. And again, you can text in the word Vista to win a Chula Vista Resort stay. So get those texts to us at 608-879-8255.
Vista.
Vista. We're coming right back with more of the John and Gordy Show.
Gordy in the morning. As we were saying, let the sun shine. It's the John and Gordy Show.
This is rock and roll radio.
Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music. Won't you love me like a rock? Rock you like a hurricane. Hot funk, cool punk, even if it's old junk, it's still rock and roll to me.
All right. If you could just edit out the Billy Joel.
I'm sorry, John. That's not going to happen.
The Rock is in the studio. Rocker, welcome. Happy Friday to you.
What's happening, guys?
It's a Max preview.
You're happening.
You are
man.
the happening thing. But let me tell you something. Let me just mention something, okay?
Yeah.
That this portion of the John and Gordy Show is sponsored by Verlo Mattress of Madison.
I love this part, by the way. I love this part.
Thank you. Sleep better and dream bigger on a handcrafted, locally made mattress. You can find them on Madison's east and west sides or online at verlo.com. I'm going there right after the show today.
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
Seriously?
I am. I'm not sure what time they open, but I'm going to the west side. Yeah.
Well, we always get text here from people who have the Verlo mattresses and they love them. So you should definitely get one.
I'm going
and
today.
Stop complaining, man. You never get any sleep.
What did I just say? I'm going there right after the show. Damn it! And get off my case.
Maybe you can stop sleeping in the kitchen.
Well, right now I got a sleeping bag in the basement, but
it's tough, man.
It's tough. Yeah.
Well, I personally like it because it's handcrafted and locally made. It's like vodka. Mattresses are just like vodka.
That's what I say.
Okay.
Well, they smell like that after a few nights.
I also want to get a hammock, but I don't have anywhere to really put it.
Hammocks are not like vodka.
No, they're not good for your back, I don't think.
They're awful for your mid.
Yeah, you get curvature. Yeah, it's not good. Oh, okay. Let's get on to what's happening on Max Inc.
Max
this weekend.
Inc. Radio coming this weekend on Civic Media 92.7 WMDX. It's 6 p.m. to midnight, and there are two opportunities to listen. Saturday night is live here in the studio down on State Street, and Sunday is a repeat show at 6 p.m. So listen to the podcast, broken out interviews, live in the lair, and more on civicmedia.us. And this week on Max Inc. Radio, we have Lou Lucchese. He is in Louie and the Flash Bombs. They come from Milwaukee. Really fun band. They're going to be premiering out here in Madison August 17th at the Memorial Union. So we're going to be talking to him about that show and his first outing at the Memorial Union.
One of the best venues in all of Madison outdoor. I love going down to the Union Terrace.
Oh, yeah.
It is so warm.
I should remind Sam that, get in your boat and go out there, and you can watch the show from the water.
Oh,
there's boat culture.
Then I think they allow foam.
Do you have
anything in the lake anymore? Do they?
Does it have an anchor?
No. I guess
float
I
away while listening to
throw
music.
a rock on a rope off the side, and that'll work.
Yeah.
Oh, Terry Barr, she'll be interviewing 7,000 Apart, and they're like an amazing international band that's located right here in Madison. And Cat and the Hurricane is going to be live in the lair. It's Cat, Ben, and Alex, and they will be live in the lair 9 p.m. Cat and the Hurricane plays Saturday, August 17th, 2 gigs actually. One at the Eakin Park Festival, which we'll be talking about in a minute. They're going to be 4:45 at that time. And then later that night at the Harmony Bar on Atwood Avenue with Damsel Trash for their 10-year anniversary.
No.
I have a little Cat and the Hurricane I brought right now.
I was hoping
this
you
is
did.
one of their brand new songs. This is called Caffeine and Alcohol.
I love that.
I like it already.
Can anybody tell me when my dreams became nightmares? Gonna take on the world. Right now I'm taking on myself. Incessantly haunted by the things that I once loved. Secondhand smoke and rum on my clothes. I can still smell him. Is this the caffeine and alcohol in my blood? Or is it some kind of divine punishment? 'Cause I said I
Damn, that's got to be on the radio, man. That's That's a hit.
That's really peppy.
Yep. I like that they mentioned that. I was so happy when Wisconsin banned smoking from bars because I would go out to shows, and my wife would be home. I'd come home and she'd be like, you ain't getting into bed until you take a shower. So it was always like 2 a.m. shower.
Oh, man. But again, that is a great song, Caffeine and Alcohol. Love it.
Yeah, Cat and the Hurricane. They're really great local band, and they'll be on Live in the Lair coming up tomorrow night,
No
9
kidding.
p.m.
Wow.
Yep.
Got to watch that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
local
you
stars.
can certainly watch it.
Right? You guys are on the YouTube and all that too, right?
We're
Do you not
starting
do
to
that?
experiment
Starting to
more with
experiment.
streaming. I would say look for streaming soon. We're kind of perfecting it before we get everybody
you
on.
haven't streamed yet, or
Experimenting. yet.
Okay.
But your
All right.
audio, for God's sakes, it's music.
Yeah.
Tune in. Yeah.
Yep. All right. You guys, Atwood Fest is over. So now let's start talking about all the other festivals, right?
Yes.
Eakin Park Festival, that is Saturday, August 17th from 11 to 8 p.m. It features this year Kid Jordan and Second Line, Pink Halo, Nestor, Cat and the Hurricane, and the Periodicals. Now, we have heard the Periodicals here on the show. We just heard Cat and the Hurricane. I'm going to bring in Pink Halo next week. But right now, Nestor, they're playing August 17th, Eakin Park Festival. That is Commercial Avenue, just kind of across from the Oscar Mayer facility. Nestor is an experimental indie pop world filled with electrifying melodies and infectious beats. Let's listen to one of their songs. This is called Genesis by Nestor.
You think it's automatic, expecting it to fashion on its own. I'm simply symptomatic. It has always been my habit, drive in my car. Don't go chase me around all night. I wanna feel you scream. Just wake me on the inside. Pull the sheets up over genocide. It's been a while since we could rest. The charms are brief and I need some answers.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
really
that's
good
great.
stuff.
It's really actually kind of amazing. Like, I mean, what is Madison known for? All these different genres of music, but indie pop is huge here. It's really unbelievable. And today I'm playing about, I think, 3 different bands that are Madison indie pop groups. So it's become quite popular.
Yeah, they're great, and you can dance to it.
Well,
That's a little dismissive.
Just say it.
Well,
I think that we're having a, tell me I'm not right, Rocker. My kid is bringing me new music all the time. She's 14 years old.
Yep.
I didn't do that. I just took what was handed to me, right? Now, this is a generation, Sam included, right? You're seeking out new music like previous generations just didn't bother doing.
Right.
At least post high school, yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, back in my day, you have to go get like Circus or Cream magazine to read about this stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe
Exactly.
listen to the, the what was that network, the Westwood One Network, and they would have, shows and they'd interview some of your big stars.
King Biscuit Flour Hour.
Yeah,
you didn't.
that's another one. Oh, man.
The Midnight Special, Don Kirshner's rock concert,
Yeah.
and then came MTV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everything changed for a while. Well, let's keep going on. I find these crazy things that are always happening around Madison. And today, August 9th at 7 p.m., it's Learn About Wisconsin Bats, right? And so Heather Karaka, conservation biologist with the Wisconsin DNR and our state bat expert, she will visit St. Dustin's Church to give a talk about bats and bat monitoring. The event's open to the public, and you can invite a bat-friendly friend. There will be light refreshments. Stay after to watch bats emerge from the roost, and they want you to ask questions. It's pretty crazy. On the church grounds, St. Dustin's Episcopal Church. It's 6205 University Avenue, and St. Dunstans.com.
You got it.
Say that one 3 times.
Yeah, okay.
That
There
would've
are
been
a lot of bats up around Baraboo, and I'm serious. I mean, there are tons of them around Devil's Lake, and I had one that got in my house up there one time.
Oh boy!
Like 2:00 in the morning.
That's a lot of fun.
I wake up and
it's on your neck.
No,
It's on your neck.
I felt something like, did something just fly by me while I'm sleeping?
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, no, I'm dreaming. Tried to get back to sleep, and then I see it again. I like felt it, and I started running around. I'm like, what do you do? I got my tennis racket.
Oh, jeez.
I opened the doors and the windows. I'm like just chasing this thing around. I'm throwing towels at it.
You probably wished you had taken tennis lessons earlier.
I know, but eventually I got it with a towel and then scooped it up.
Here's a little
threw
tip.
it outside.
Okay?
Yeah,
As a homeowner who lives near forest, you get a large pool net.
Oh.
And you use that.
Have you done that?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Yeah, we've had animals get in the house, and I've used that to trap them.
It's like a butterfly net for
net
bats.
for bats.
A pool net.
Wow.
Smart.
And chipmunks and flying squirrels.
I'm taking notes.
We put up a bat's nest. These things you put it up a bat house.
Isn't that great?
Oh,
Yeah,
we'll
that's cool.
attract them.
Yeah.
You know what lives there?
What?
Birds.
Really?
Yeah, I mean the birds took it over.
Okay.
What can you do?
Yeah.
These public
Bats never
service
moved in.
messages brought to you by WMDX. Okay.
The 71st annual Sun Prairie Sweet Corn Festival is coming up August 14th through the 18th. That's at the Angel Park Speedway in Sun Prairie.
Can't wait.
It's interesting. They have a parade to kick the whole thing off Wednesday, August 14th at 6 p.m. And it's followed by a block party on Cannery Square with live music till 9 p.m. with the Dirty Birds.
You want to go there, don't you, Gordy?
I can't wait. I love the Corn Festival in Sun Prairie. It's been years since I've been there.
Well, steamed corn, Gordy, it starts at noon on Saturday and Sunday, but only while supplies last. I mean, you'd think there's enough corn in Wisconsin, but they think it might run out. So,
I'm telling you. Have you ever been to this? I mean, it's amazing.
I didn't know they steamed the corn. I remember seeing them on grills.
Yeah, lots of grills.
Yeah, they steam them in the husk.
Yeah,
maybe that's what they do.
It. Yeah,
but I always, a lot of people enjoyed watching the women butter the.
Will you stop?
Yeah, I mean,
don't even go there.
You'd think that they
Don't.
You think they might run out of butter.
Don't.
Well, it was.
Sam's hiding his face.
Oh my, you guys!
And the salt trees. The salt trees. All the salt shakers hanging from the tree branches.
Really?
Yeah,
that
they
was
tie
great
them to the
stuff.
branches
They
because
do.
there's so many people there that want to salt them.
How many do you think you've been to out of 71?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
How old are you now?
No, I'm 71.
Okay, so how many have you been to?
I haven't been to all of them, but I've been to a bunch of them.
My mom took me when I was a baby.
When I lived in Madison before, I probably went to it 10 or 12 times. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
same
it's
here.
A thing. It's
Same
great.
here. Took the kids to it. Everybody got a basket filled with as many cobs as they wanted.
Yep. It's just great. And
Yeah.
the corn is unbelievably delicious.
The time of year.
I got this great T-shirt from them, their own T-shirts.
Yeah.
And it was like this high surface. I mean, it was really, truly, it was three-dimensional. And it had a cob of corn on it. It had somebody with these teeth that were just gigantic eating this cob of corn. It was just the most incredible T-shirt. Okay. But, of course, it's too small. We only have a couple
We got to
minutes.
get back on track here.
All right. So let's
Thank
get
you
back
for
to
sharing,
the
though.
let's get back to the Corn Festival. All right, because they do have live music
Oh,
along with a beer tent,
They
vending
do.
booth, a carnival. Live music with Super Tuesday and the Jimmies. And the Jimmies perform on Saturday, August 17th. Let's listen to
Are
the
they
Jimmies.
drinking?
Love the Jimmies.
Are they drinking again?
They're going to be drinking. This is Wisconsin. This is the Jimmies. This song is called Drinking. Go, Johnny, go!
When I start drinking, gets me in trouble every time. My party's never over till I've spent my last dime. I put the cork back in the bottle.
Well,
Drinking.
you got to get
I
the
love
chorus
it.
in there. Oh, well, anyway.
And you know what Jimmy does for a living?
What?
He's a dairy farmer.
Oh, really?
Oh, so he's drinking
Big
milk.
time. Oh, yeah. Guy, he's in one of the biggest.
That's a twist.
He's one of the biggest traveling bands around, and by day he's a dairy farmer. It sounded
Good
like
deal.
Good stuff.
All right.
Alrighty.
Well,
We are going to be coming back with more of
That's
what's
right.
happening on the Max Inc. weekend with Rocker with John and Gordy.
I need good music. Good music. It always feels so good to hear good music. I need good music.
Who's singing that?
I don't know. You gave me the song.
WMDX, John and Gordy with Rocker.
Used to be one of the girl groups.
Okay.
I remember Good Music. Remember Good Music? They were Good and Loud before that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite,
That's right.
music stores here in Madison.
Oh, I know. Right on University. Great stuff. Hey, just a reminder, we still have a few minutes to get your text in. Text the word VISTA into 608-879-8255, and you could be the winner of the Chula Vista Resort one-night stay at a Vacation Villa Studio and water passes for 4 at the Chula Vista Resort. Text the word VISTA to us, 608-879-8255. Just got a few more minutes with the text line open. Okay, Rocker.
All right, guys. Well, let's get back to Robert J. He's an award-winning singer-songwriter, recording artist who has been a mainstay of the Wisconsin music scene for decades. He was living in Connecticut for a while. He moved away, but he returned to Madison, and now he's booking, you might remember him from the Rowdy Prairie Dogs, Moon Gypsies, and the Anchor Inn Jam for years and years and years. He'll be playing on the patio, Robert J. on the patio, Sunday, August 11th from 4 to 7. That's this Sunday at the Come Back In, which is 508 East Wilson. That's just Capital East District there. And Robert's music blends the styles which flow along the Mississippi River, from blues to country, folk to rootsy rock and roll. And this was an interesting song that he just put out not too long ago, a couple years ago. This is Robert J. Oh, Say Can You See?
All right.
Yeah, they want to privatize the Constitution, gerrymander Bill of Rights, and legalize pollution. They declared hunting season on American Eagle. America, oh, say can you see? The home of the brave and the land of the free. They don't believe in equality. They don't care about the poor or the sick or the needy. Yeah, they want to dumb it down, the whole damn nation. Deny science and defund education. Their trickle-down minds serve only the dreamers.
That I really like that song too. Robert J. Did he do that? Is that his song?
Oh yeah, that's his song.
That is really, really a good song.
He tends to dabble a little political, and it's kind of interesting because when you think of the late '60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody was writing everything about current events and political, and sometimes today it's everybody's not trying to say anything to offend anyone, so they're trying to say real vanilla, and music was really a key to much of the protests that we experienced.
Absolutely. Really kind of brought us together.
Times, right? Protest songs. That's when they became a thing, right?
Yeah.
We want to revive that ability to write a protest song in this day and age. I think we could use them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, musicians are artists, right? And when you paint a painting and you put it on public display, it makes people think in a certain way, maybe, Well, music does the same thing, but it goes through your ear hole.
Right.
Let's talk about something I think that's
weird picture.
Let's move to a topic.
Getting out there. Okay, let's bring it back home. All right.
Let's move to a topic that's really going to hit home with you guys.
Yeah.
This is the Facebook overview. I find these crazy things. Wednesday, August 14th at 1 p.m. at the Madison Senior Center, which is 330 West Mifflin. Facebook can be a great social tool and a lot of fun if you know how to use it, and the pitfalls to avoid. Learn and practice at this 1-hour sessions. Questions are encouraged. They want seniors to come out and get an overview of Facebook.
Sure. Why are you looking at us?
I thought, wouldn't it be great to you could send your parents there. They can learn all about Facebook. You don't have to. They can ask any question that they want. Right?
I'd love to be a Y on the fly, a fly on the wall. Okay. Maybe I need to be there.
Oh, yep. Madison Senior Center, Facebook overview. Send someone you know there. All right.
I give up.
Send someone you know. All right. We'll work on that one.
Yeah. Put the John and Gordy bus together and
my stomach's
make a day
hurting.
out of it.
Oh, boy, we're going to give away tickets for that.
Okay, what else? We got just a couple more minutes.
Oh, let's get going then. Seesaw, Thursday, August 15th, High Noon Saloon. Here's another Madison indie pop comprised of Megan Eve, and it also features Alex, the drummer from Cat the Hurricane. This song is called My Heart is a Zombie. This is Seesaw.
Okay.
Give me any human contact, reaching out to ex-boyfriends. I'm alone and looking for your lives for the living. But I hope it's not my best life, cause nothing ever goes right. Pick up my mom and my grandma, let's watch some paint dry. The game doesn't begin to describe how I'm still standing. Half dead, I don't know how I keep on keeping. No sleep, I'm lighting my heart. It must be a zombie.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Good stuff, man.
It's nice hearing, two women get together like that. Megan Eve, that sound. I love to hear a sound of groups like that.
Mm-hmm. Great harmonies, and they play different instruments, kind of, either guitar, these little percussions. They really put on a great show.
Right on. Okay.
I got one more thing quick.
Okay.
And we'll be ending here. State Line Distillery. I just wanted to talk about this. It's called Puppers to Love Adoption Event. So they're having, a thing where you can go there Saturday, August 17th from 3 to 5 p.m. It's a special event. It's an opportunity to meet adorable, adoptable pups and learn more about the adoption process. So, if you, right after you head to the senior center, you head over and you learn about adopting a pet.
I like it.
It's Puppers, the number 2, Puppers to Love. Puppers to Love, not the number 2, pupperstolove.org.
Very cool. Rocker, thanks for being with us. Have a fun weekend with Max Inc. weekend. And, we'll see you here next Friday.
Cat and the Hurricane tomorrow night.
All right. Yeah, got to hear that.
Want to mention also this portion of the John and Gordy Show sponsored by Verlo Mattress of Madison. Sleep better and dream bigger on handcrafted, locally made mattress. Find them on Madison's east and west sides or online at Verlo.com. Hey, don't forget also the Madison Mini Marathon is Saturday. Lots of road closures around, so just be aware of that. We hope you have a wonderful weekend.
And we're going to learn how to navigate Facebook. Is that
yeah,
works right now?
On behalf of Catherine Lake, Sam Davison, it's John and Gordy along with Rocker. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you Monday morning right here on WMDX. So long, everybody.
Goodbye now.
Oh, yeah.
Let the sun shine. It's the John and Gordy